Hello? Hello? Testing. Save. We gotta go to my channel. We gotta click on the stream. We gotta open up the chat, pop out chat, so I can see my channel. Why is there volume? Get that out of here. I know why, because I watched a YouTube video on this computer the other day. And then it saves it. Who would have thought? What's up, LVK? Morning? What time zone are you in? It's 3:04 p.m. for me. It's almost evening for me. Alright, stream has been tweeted out. I think we're ready to go. What's up, Noe? Welcome in. Germany. Wait, what time is it for you? Isn't that like only like... Wait, what time is that for you? Isn't that only like a few hours and like ahead? Like 8 or something? Guys, I got Alpha Female Snover. It's 9 a.m. in Germany. Which would be okay, so I'm in daylight savings time. So technically it would be 2:05. If we want to be really technical. So 12 hours would be 2:05, or like 2 a.m. plus 7. You're no way you're that far ahead. In Germany? That's like if you were in like China or something. Where are we at in the hunt? We're going for unknowns, and the only thing we need is Cherim. Wait, what am I doing? It's 21:05 p.m. That is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's... Oh, so it's p.m. Wait, then how is it? And that's in... Is that in, like, Europe? Like, Germany? 9 p.m. makes more sense than 9 a.m. 9 a.m. would be, like... I don't even know if it's possible for it to be 9 a.m. anywhere right now. Oh, you always mess up AM and PM? You still said morning, though. Which you don't need to know AM and PM to know if it's like morning or like afternoon. What's up, Greg Legs? Welcome in. It's 8 p.m. where you live. Yeah, I'm like... I think it's like the latest times. Well, there's like a really ridiculous late time zone that like barely anyone lives in. I don't know what time it is for that, but I'm pretty sure most of like the later time zones like China, Japan, stuff like that are like 13 hours ahead of me. So for them, it would be like 4 a.m. I'm hunting all of the alpha unknowns. I have gotten a few shots. Okay, so the odds of an alpha, I don't know what the exact odds of an alpha are. I assume it's around 1 in 100. So like 1%, 1 in 100. The odds of a shiny right now are nearly 6 times that, or like a sixth of it. Like the alpha is like 6 times the odds of a shiny. I was hunting this last night and I got, I think, 3 shiny unknowns and not a single alpha I needed. I got a few alphas, but they weren't ones I needed. And it's like, I would have for sure gotten one I needed if I had like average odds. critical chronic with the mark emote. We can't get marks in this game, unfortunately. You can see about getting these things shiny. Oh, these things don't get mad at me? I thought they were supposed to get mad at me. I might just catch them then. Oh, now they're mad at me. Okay. That's better. Where's the Darkrai from? It's from my Platinum version. Wait, they get mad at me, but I can't get them in a multi-battle? No way, right? That's got to be like a weird random thing that I did. Oh, that's so annoying. I have to KO these things one at a time, even though they're mad at me. I hope you get all the alphas and shelfas too. I'm not going for all the shelfas. It's just not a realistic thing. Yeah, I guess I have to just do these. No, I got 2 in this battle. I have no idea how this works. Starters can't get into multi-battles. Well, I've just proven that to be incorrect because I'm in a multi-battle right now. I think it has something to do with like when they're attacking and stuff. And like, I don't know. Certain Pokemon are different. I had the same thing with Snover. I was trying to get into multi-battles with Snovers. And a lot of the times I couldn't. But if I got it like in this like perfect scenario where they were all like mad at me and then like mid-attack or something, it like worked. Quick question, if in your Gen 4 video you said something about using R4 card to completely wipe the save Pokemon Ranger, is there like a tutorial for the Manaphy Egg? So the way the Manaphy Egg works is, it's really simple. There are tutorials on the Manaphy Egg. Essentially the way it works is, you play through Pokemon Ranger, and your game has a Manaphy Egg on it, unless it's already been taken off. You only get 1 per save, 1 per cartridge. And after you beat the game, you unlock the trainer or the ranger net thing, and there's like a button combination. You can literally just Google this, and it'll be, you don't even have to watch a video. Like it'll be like there'll be like a page or something that'll tell you what to do. When you're on the ranger net, there's like a button combination you can hit that allows you to enter a code. And when you enter a code, there's like a universal code that never expires that allows you to get a mission to recover a Manaphy Egg. And once you complete that mission, the Manaphy Egg, it gives you an option to like send the Manaphy Egg into a Gen 4 game. And then once you send the Manaphy Egg into a Gen 4 game, that cartridge cannot get another Manaphy Egg. Even if you restart the save file, it cannot get another Manaphy Egg. So it's best to like get the cartridges new, or in the easier scenario, which I had mentioned in my video, is use an R4 card. Because an R4 card, you can just download the ROM to it, which is completely unique from a cartridge that already had a Manaphy Egg taken off of it. And then when you collect the Manaphy Egg, what you can do if you want more of them is to just wipe the save data, like just remove the ROM and the save from your R4 card and then just re-put it back on, and it completely wipes it as if it's a new like game entirely. Another thing you can do is create a backup save right before you take the Manaphy Egg off your cartridge. And then once you take the Manaphy Egg off your cartridge, restore the save of when it was before you took the Manaphy Egg off of it, and you can do that, and that's probably the more efficient way. Do you know the fastest way to beat Pokemon Crystal? You want to get shiny Celebi? No, I've only played Crystal like twice. And it wasn't very recently. You're not used to games without Team EXP shares? Well, the first thing I can tell you is don't pick Chikorita. Chikorita, actually, I think you want to pick Totodile. It might be different for Crystal compared to like Heart Gold Soul Silver, but I know in Heart Gold Soul Silver you can technically beat the entire game with just for Alligator. So it's definitely like the best one. And sometimes there's just not much you can do. You just gotta get lucky, be good. What's up, Bram? What Pokemon am I hunting for? I'm hunting for Alpha Unknowns. I'm trying to get all the Alphas in Legends Arceus, as the title would suggest on the stream. It's funny. This is almost like a TikTok moment. It's like on TikTok, it's kind of crazy how little people actually read like the titles and descriptions of the videos. I feel like I'm getting a lot of that from the YouTube stream. I feel like I get asked a lot of what I'm doing when it's on the title. What was that? It like pushed me off. Who's Alpha? Psyduck. Pretty sure mine is already used because when you go to RangerNet, there's it's already there as a mission. There's a probably like a 95% chance it has been taken off. But what you can do is play through that mission and see if it it lets you do it after you beat the mission. The title doesn't say unknown. It doesn't say all alphas. You asked if I was going for shinies. If I was going for alpha shinies, it would have said like going for all alpha shinies, you know? Unknown is just the one we're going for. So like I'm totally fine like saying like unknown, you know? Like if you're like what alphas are you going for? I'll be like unknown. And I can even tell you like what specific letters I need. I have a list of them written down. Yeah, I'm not going for shinies. We just find shinies while doing this because that's just how overworld games are. Have I duped on any shiny unknown? No, I've gotten like 4 or 5 now though. I think 4. I should check. For the alpha unknown, we need let me get my list open so I know. We need B, D, G, N, R, T, and X. Those are all the alphas we need. For shinies, I believe we have C, E, H, maybe I, and V. I know V was the first one I got. I got like 3 of them last night, I'm pretty sure. Well, the save file isn't progressed and the game isn't fully... Oh, okay, yeah. Then that's probably taken off because you can't access the Ranger Net until you beat the game. Meaning the game had been played through. The Ranger Net and the Manaphy Egg mission have been, like, enabled. And then the game got restarted. Yeah, I'm doing an Alpha Living Dex. We're at 306 out of 322. Shows on screen. Okay, I did get I, yeah. So I got last night, I got C, H, and I. And then I got E on stream a couple days ago. And then I got V like off stream as like the first one I got. I upload on TikTok too. Not really. TikTok kind of sucks as a platform, I'm gonna be honest. It's not like I originally just posted like shiny highlights, and it's really just completely random if you have like a video just pop off or not. And even if you get a video that pops off, it doesn't really mean anything. Like I have a couple videos on TikTok that have like 90,000 views, stuff like that, and it doesn't really mean anything. And then nowadays it's like I feel like when I post on TikTok, it's when I make a YouTube short. Sometimes I make YouTube shorts, and those are more like produced, like they're more like separate videos that are just shorter. And I will post those to TikTok because they're already made. But it got to be kind of a chore to just like take all the videos I had made for YouTube and then crop them into a portrait mode.
Does put a smile
just to post them on
face.
TikTok, where half of them only got like 200 views and then like no likes. Mr. Morks, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Also, there's a solid chance TikTok just gets banned in the US. Dude, there's a Cherubi outbreak. I gotta check that. Can I save, please? Thank you. Currently hunting Clamperl and Ultra Moon. Good luck. You want to play some Legends Arceus? Sadly, you're stuck in Let's Go Pikachu Eevee until you get Shiny. This Shiny currently at 900 catch combo. People ask me, like, when I'm going back to Let's Go, and that is, like, the main reason why currently I have not done Let's Go in a minute. Because normally I'll just, like, do a few shiny hunts. Where am I going? Normally I'll just do, like, a few shiny hunts. And then once I finish, like, a set of hunts, I'll do, like, a Let's Go video. But right now I'm doing this, like, Legends Arceus thing. And if I start Let's Go, that means I cannot work on this until I'm done with Let's Go. And that's just not really worth it to me right now. Wow. I think they're done spawning. Well, that was a short Cherubi outbreak. If your TikToks get pushed to the wrong people, then it completely kills it because they don't interact with it. Yeah, that's another thing. Like they're like even like some of my another thing about TikTok is that like it's very similar in the sense of like YouTube, where like your videos get pushed in the algorithm. Like don't get me wrong, TikTok is better at showing your videos when you have nothing. Like YouTube, it is a very slow start to get into YouTube because like you will post a video and even if you know exactly what you're doing, like posting a video, it'll be seen by virtually no one at first. Like it always blows my mind how like I started with like 0 subscribers and like even with like older videos I posted when I was like brand new to it was getting like 20 views. Like it just blew my mind that 20 people were like seeing my videos. TikTok, it's like, even if you have nothing, you'll still get seen by hundreds of people, at least. So it has, like, that benefit, but it is, like, in the sense of YouTube, where it's like, you want people to watch the full thing, you want people to like the video, you want people to comment on the video, because that will push it more. And even if you get, like, a ton of likes, or, like, a lot of views, no one freaking comments on TikTok. Like, no one does. Like, my video with, like, 95,000 views or whatever on TikTok has, I think, like, 15 to 20 comments. Compared to, like, YouTube, if I get a video with, like, 100,000 views on YouTube, it's gonna have, like, hundreds of comments. So, like, yeah, like, people just don't interact as much as TikTok because it's more about just, like, scrolling through stuff. So yeah, it's kind of like if you can make TikTok work, it's great, but it's a lot to like try to do that. And on top of that, there's a very solid chance that TikTok gets banned in the US. So kind of hard to like want to be invested in it, you know. Just have to buy more. You can't just refund your purchase, so it doesn't matter. Just get an R4 card. If you get an R4 card is roughly the same price as like a cartridge, but you don't have to worry about the Manaphy thing. R4 cards are actually, I would recommend everyone, if you have a DS, like a DS Lite or a DS Fat or something like that, I definitely think an R4 card is a necessity, because not only does it make like being able to experience games like without having to drop a ton of money a lot more accessible, but also what I use my R4 card now is being able to back up my Gen 3 games. You can use, there's a program on R4s that you can back up Game Boy games with. And not only did I back up my Gen 3 save file with all my shinies, but I actually loaded it onto my phone. So now I have like I can just have my Gen 3 like my Leaf Green file with all my shinies just on my phone right now because I have an emulator on my phone. So there's like really cool things you can do with it other than just playing games you don't want to buy, you know? And they're pretty inexpensive. So I wouldn't, so like what I did when I started Manaphy, I got like 6 copies of Ranger. One of the copies had the egg already taken off of it, so that was kind of a waste. And I had 5 others that I got eggs from. I didn't realize that you couldn't trade if you had 5 eggs in your party. You had to have 4. So my goal was to get 3 more eggs to have 4 and 4. But at that point, I just got an R4 and then did it that way, and it was way easier. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend just keep buying Ranger games. Just buy an R4 and then set that up. It's way better. What does that mean? It's the shovel horn. It's kind of like an inside joke, but I just wanted to make it like a free emote. That's a free one, right? That's just a follower emote. You got yesterday Shiny Litten in Sun and Moon after just 95 eggs. Nice. Congrats. That's a cool one. You're down to 13 alphas needed to complete the alpha dex. Nice. I'm down to, outside of distortions, I only need the list of unknown that I listed off and Cherim. That's all I need. Views on TikTok are also worthless just because each video has so much shorter than YouTube video. Yeah, and like also I think it counts when like it loops, even if someone doesn't watch it all the way after the loop. But yeah, like the only thing I think is good about TikTok is that for smaller creators, it's easier to get more people viewing your videos than YouTube. But YouTube's a lot easier to grow an audience. And actually there was like a I think it was it Game Theory or Film Theory? It was one of the theory channels did something on like TikTok, and they kind of like brought to light all the like kind of issues I have with TikTok too. As a creator, it's different as a viewer, but I have a lot of different issues as a viewer for TikTok. Do you think you'll get all alphas you need today? No. I think I could get 1 or 2, but I'm not getting like all 8 of them or whatever I need. There's just no way. I did this for like 3 hours last night and I didn't get a single unknown I needed. I only got Snowbird. What's the latest alpha caught? You came in late. I got it last night off stream. It was the female Snowbird. What's up, Thor? Welcome in. Thank you for the shiny luck. I just need like an alpha outbreak to show up, and that's gonna like for sure get me at least 1 or 2. But yeah, it's like yesterday I saw like multiple alpha E's and alpha like I's or something. Like I just like I'm getting alphas unknowns, but they're like not only are they duplicates, which is expected, but they're like the same ones over and over again. Like I got unknown exclamation mark like 4 or 5 times, and it's like all right, like, can we see some, like, alpha Vs or Ts, like, stuff I don't see that often? You just hatched a shiny Dratini after 19? Congrats. If Clampearl is male, you will have it become Huntail. Female will be Gorbis. That makes sense, but I must tell people in the chat that I just read, like, you know, obviously I just read that out loud. Huntail and Gorobus are not gender-based evolutions. That is a very common misconception. But it's clear that you're doing it just as like a personal preference. But a lot of people believe that Huntail is like a male only and Gorobus is a female only. When it just depends on the item you use. Decided to hunt for an extra Cherim because of the form difference. If Cherim couldn't appear as alpha in its sunny form, you wouldn't worry about it. Well, you technically can't get alpha Cherim in the sunny form unless it's like in a battle and it's sunny weather. So I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get 2 Cherims. If you want, you can trade me Alpha Cherubi. That would defeat the entire purpose of me going for this. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the sentiment, but when it comes to collecting Pokemon, the thing that makes it interesting is when you find them yourself. If I were to, like, open the floor to trading for them, at that point it's like, well, then I could just use RNG abuse or just cheats or something like that, and it would be like the same thing. If the whole idea is just to have the alpha or have the shiny and it doesn't matter how you get it, then like I would just cheat them all in and it wouldn't, you know, it's not satisfying. You wish you could look, you'll watch the rest of the stream tomorrow. Nice. Just so everyone's clear though, I do private the YouTube streams after I stream a time after. But if you want to watch the stream still, they are on my Twitch channel for like 3 weeks after I stream them. So just so that, you know, because you're saying you're gonna watch the rest of the stream tomorrow. If I stream tomorrow and you don't get around to it, there's a chance it becomes private before you get around to it, but you can still watch it for like a while on Twitch before it's taken off. Okay. I mean, it's fine if these things run away. Well, it appears they're not spawning anymore, so... You'll ever Origin Living Dex series inspire you to start your own? Nice. I'm getting really close to streaming Gen 7, by the way. Very close. I'm just finishing up, like, the story in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I beat Ultra Necrozma, and, I'm able to collect Poipole now on Ultra Moon. I forget what I'm at now. I did Mina's trial as well. I don't remember how many trials are left, but I might be close to going to like the league, which I know the league, the Elite Four, you get Necrozma on the way there. So when I get to that point, I'll probably start streaming it, but I have to do that for both games. Okay, Mina is the... Okay, so now I'm able to go to the Elite Four. So yeah, like I'm pretty much done with Ultra Moon. I gotta do pretty much the same thing on Ultra Sun. So it might be like a day or two. But then I'll be like streaming the Gen 7 Living X. Finally got the shiny Nidoran female after 906 catch combo, so now you can play some Legends Arceus. Nice. That's funny. Nidoran female was the easy one for me. Nidoran male I struggled with. Oh, is there a Bonsly? Yeah, there's a Bonsly outbreak. I guess I'll check that. You ordered a used Pokemon Sun. I hope it has the mythicals you're missing. There's a very solid chance it doesn't. It's very... Also, Zeraora isn't in sun, regular Sun at all, if that's one of them you're missing. Magearna you can get on any save file. Magearna you can get, like, anytime. That's one that can just be obtained anytime. So Magearna you shouldn't have to worry about. It'd be like Marshadow and, like, Zeraora. And Zeraora you can't get in regular Sun. Oh, I didn't go to the Bonsly outbreak. It's fine. And, Marshadow, it's unlikely it would be. Oh, you only need the Kalos ones. Oh, well, that's even less likely to have them on unless the person, like, hacked or just is weird and decided to sell their game after getting them from Gen 6 and then sending them into Gen 7. You gotta think about, like, what the average Pokemon fan would do, or, like, Pokemon enjoyer would do. And it just, to me, it seems unlikely that someone would, like, get the original events in Gen 6, send them into Gen 7, and then sell their game. It just seems unlikely. But, I mean, it's possible. I love when they're all invisible. Oh, there we go. That was really weird. Roselia? Why does this keep happening? I've never seen this before. What is this? Why is this happening? You've been stuck hunting Poipole on Ultra Moon? Yeah, I'll have to, like, restart them, because I have to get them regular for the living decks. I've been used twice in the same spot for Roselia. Must be a Roselia thing. There's a lot of times, especially with Teddy Ursa, when, like, Teddy Ursa starts running away from you, it'll turn invisible, but you can still, like, interact with it and stuff. This is, like, they're like, full despawning, pretty much. Because they're not mad at me when they come back. Like, I've gotten bugs where they'll turn invisible, but they'll still be there. Am I excited for Legends ZA? As of now, not really. I'm excited, hoping that we can get Eternal Floette, but not only am I expecting it to not be the traditional style Pokemon game that I want to happen, but also we don't have any gameplay. We don't know how it's gonna work, so there's not really much to be excited about except for it being in Kalos. I will probably get more excited once we get, like, a gameplay trailer. But as of now, there's not really anything to, like, that we would know about it. Like, I can't even speculate about the game because it's like there's just nothing. Can I maybe do shiny wormhole hunting? I physically can. I will not though. I actually have done it before. I got a shiny Audino. Well, I wasn't, like, hunting for a shiny. They're just that easy that I got a shiny Audino on, like, the first encounter. Unless you're talking about legendaries or ultra beasts from the wormholes. Yeah, I'll totally do those someday. Yes, like legs. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, they're not spawning anymore, so we can get out of here. Do they go away again? I think they went away again. Oh, like legendaries. Is that what you meant? Like legendaries? So legendaries, I will probably someday hunt Xerneas and Yveltal, because that's the only way to full odds hunt them in the whole series. For, I really only catch 2 of these things. For, Ultra Beast, I will most likely hunt all of them, because I don't like Dynamax Adventures. That's also the only way to full odds hunt them in the whole series. So yeah, I'll definitely do like a couple legendaries at least. And then most of the Ultra Beast, like all the Ultra Beasts that you can get in the wormholes, I will do. Because obviously that does not include Poipole, Naganadel, Stack Attacker, or Blacephalon. It's crazy how infrequent I get massive mass outbreaks in the Myrlands. 2 times yesterday, I had massive mass outbreaks in every area except the Myrlands. I complete the decks in Gen 7. No, weren't you here when I was talking about that? Someone, yeah, you were here because someone mentioned they were doing their own, and I said like, I'm finishing up Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and I'm getting ready to like start streaming it. So no, I haven't even started it yet. I just threw my controller. I haven't even started it yet, but it's the quickest generation to complete. It is the least amount of Pokemon you need to catch out of every generation. There's only like 102, I think. 102 or 103. It might be 102 without the Gigantamax Melmetal, and then 103 with the Gigantamax Melmetal. Which I think the second shortest is like 130 or something, or 150. I should check. I have it all written down. Yeah, it's like by far the quickest generation to catch everything in. No unknown outbreak. Can I actually complete it because you can't trade anymore on the 3DS? I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean I can't complete it? I can catch all the Pokemon still. Isn't Gen 2 only 100? I'm referring to gender differences, form changes, regional variants, like everything you would need to catch. So like, in terms of dex numbers, like dex entries, like species of Pokemon, Gen 6 is by far the shortest. It's only got like 60 something. But in terms of including all of like the gender differences, regional variants, form changes, everything, Gen 7's the quickest. But there are version exclusives. How do you get that? I have both games. I have Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon. So that's never going to be an issue. You can also still trade on the 3DS. You just can't do global trading. Like I can trade between my 2 3DSs. I can still trade on my Game Boys. I can still trade on my regular DSs. Just can't do global. One of my favorite Pokemons in Legends Arceus. I mean, I've always liked Gardevoir. That's always one of my favorites. I like this guy. I like this guy too. I don't know why he's looking at. He's got some beef with the professor, I guess. These guys are cool. The guys in my party are cool. Like, I got this alpha. These are alphas. These two aren't from Legends. They're just in Legends. These are from those two are from Platinum, but these are my alpha shinies I've gotten. And I have a Miss Magius, but that's not in Legends right now. What's up, Mike Breaks? Welcome in. There's also Pretendo. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing shiny unknown. But I'm guessing it's probably some modded thing, which I plan to mod one of my 3DSs soon. That's the first shiny unknown I've gotten from the Outbreak. All my other ones have not been from Outbreaks. All right, let's get rid of these guys. Be crazy if we got another horde. Oh, these things don't. They just want to run, which is honestly fine. Never got my third Friend Safari slot. No one has it. No one can get it either. The unfortunate reality is I had to restart my X and Y save files. I had to restart my X and Y files right before the online went down. So I can only play the game so fast. Okay, that's the shiny. And then that's an alpha, and then, yeah, so we only caught these 3. X is here, so that's pasture 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Shaman and Bonsly are so nice. I really like shiny Shaman. That low-key might be one of my favorite shinies. It's definitely one of my favorite shinies I have. Pretendo at this moment doesn't have Pokemon support unless a recent update has come out. Ah, interesting. Should you go for an all shiny alpha hunt after? Nah, I'll never do that. I don't even know if I'm gonna go for all shinies in this game, let alone alpha shinies. It's just so unrealistic to go for. Even with RNG, shiny alpha Dex is almost impossible. See, tell other people that, because a lot of people seem to think that's what I'm going for, and I just, like, I guess people don't realize how absurdly impossible that's gonna be. Which apparently it's also, according to Clemence, it's also nearly impossible even with RNG abuse. Specifically because of Chirumi, Burmy, and why Remoraid? What's up with Remoraid? I understand the ones from the trees. Cherubi can be in Outbreaks, at least. You like the other Shaman more? I don't. I don't dislike the Skyform Shaman, but I definitely like the Landform more. Modding your 3DS is so useful. PKSM has saved you hours of catching low levels to trade before resetting saves. You can just transfer them over. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can use with like a mod 3DS. The main thing I would use would be to back up my saves. I definitely want to start being able to back up saves on, like, not Gen 3. Because I can do it in Gen 3 with an R4 card, but I can't do Gen 4 and up. Space-time distortions alone make shiny Alpha Dex nearly impossible. Yeah, people don't realize that. Here's the thing. I just showed off all of the Alpha Shinies I've ever gotten in this game. I have Research Perfect on everything, Shiny Charm, every buff you can have for Shiny odds in this game. I have only ever seen 5 Alpha Shinies in this game. Now let's talk about the tree exclusive ones like Burmy, Wormadam. Cherim and Cherubi aren't exclusive because you can get Cherubi outbreaks, but they're pretty much exclusive. And then also everything from a distortion. Like, I can't even get these things alpha, and trying to get them alpha shiny, It's never gonna happen. Not something I ever want to try to do. Why do they feel the need to put Bronzor outbreaks in the Silesian ruins? It's so disappointing. Man, there is someone in my eye, and it is bothering me. There is something in my eye causing like a cloudy effect, and I like actually cannot read the chat because of it, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, I think I'm good. You got Moon right after Bank shuts down, so now all your shinies will just be stuck in the save file. Bank has not shut down. I don't know why people keep thinking Bank has shut down or is shutting down in like a day or two. Bank was explicitly confirmed to stay open once the 3DS Online shut down. And we don't have a date for when it's shutting down. It will someday. Also, why are there 3 queues in here? It will someday, but we do not have a confirmed date. It will be at least a decent amount of time before it shuts down. And we will get a fair warning before it shuts down. And there might even be some alternative they make to keep it up.
This does put a smile on my face.
Shiny Doodle, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Oh, you meant the eShop shut down so you can't get Bank? Oh, okay, that's different. You can still get Bank if you mod your 3DS, though. So it is still possible. It's just not the fully legitimate way to do it. So you can still get it, but Bank is still up. Pretender reminds me of the Mario Kart video where Mario goes berserk and starts attacking even PlayStation characters like Kratos. Oh, is that the animated one? I've never been like a fan of that style of like video. I feel like it happens so often with like Pokemon. It's like anytime there's like a Pokemon animation, it has to be like, oh, it's violent or it's inappropriate. And like, I guess that's what makes it funny, but it's like not done well. I don't think. There are no Remoraid in MMO. Oh, you can't RNG abuse like random Pokemon like these Badus. Because Remoraid's a very common Pokemon in the coastlands, just outside of outbreaks. Every time you see Bronzor in the ruins, you get so sad. Yeah, it really sucks. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, especially because Bronzor outbreaks in like every area, pretty much. Gonna be so much backlash when that day comes. Oh yeah, that's why. Here's the thing, I want to be like hopeful about it, but don't take my words as fact. This is just my copium speculation, me trying to cope with the fact that like Bank might shut down. And I feel like, here's the thing, they shut down the eShop over a year ago. Pokemon Company has been actively just losing money keeping Bank running because they can't charge for it anymore. And they've been doing that for a full year, and they still haven't shut it down, even when the online shut down for the 3DS. That makes me think that they are trying to figure something out, along with the fact that they haven't even said anything about it. They haven't said, the only thing they have said was Bank will remain open, but we encourage trainers to send their Pokemon up at the earliest convenience. But they haven't said like, yes, Bank is shutting down. They haven't said like, it will shut down this day. They haven't said anything about it like actually shutting down. And that makes me think, and I've said this before, is that they aren't ready to make an announcement about it. I think they might actually be working on an alternative. And if the alternative doesn't work, they'll be like, all right, let's announce when Bank shut down. But if it does work, instead of announcing that Bank's shutting down, they'll be like, guys, now we have this new thing that you can use that is completely offline. And you can buy it once and you get it. And it's like, and maybe that's what they're trying to do. I feel like they could squeeze more money off of Bank if they charge like a one-time purchase to keep like using it. But it's like offline. So yeah, like, I want to be hopeful about it, but that very well could just not be the case. It could just be like, all right, we'll give them more time before we shut it down. Like that could be what's happening. But I do find it a little suspicious that we've gone over a full year and they haven't outright confirmed bank shutting down, like, at all. You know, they haven't even confirmed it yet. Shiny Barboach. I was like, I really hope that wasn't a Barboach that just got mad. Shoot. Okay, well, we're going in. Wait, I did not hit that. I'm dead. What the heck was that? I run away and then this ball of mud comes from nowhere across the entire map and hits me. That's neat. That's like so lame. This game can be so frustrating how like stuff like that happens. Bank only shuts down when Gen 1 through 3 are on the Switch. That's your guess. That's a bad guess because they would also be shutting down connectivity with Gen 4, 5, 6, and 7, which is still most of the generation. With most of the series, I should say, not generation. Most of the series. It is so freaking hard to hit these things. One of the challenges for Barboach was to like catch them without being spotted, and that was ridiculously hard to do. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even want to deal with those. That's gonna be way too hard. Way too hard to go through those on the off chance there might be a second shiny in that Outbreak. Where is Barboach on this? Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd make too much sense for Nintendo, but it's not Nintendo's say 100%. Nintendo only has like a third of Pokemon Company. It's mostly going to be Creatures and Game Freak that like make that call. Bank being alive helps subs for Home. That is true. And Home is triple the price. So that could be the case. Maybe they just keep it up. I was shocked they didn't just make like a bundle that you could purchase through Home to keep like your bank subscription. I thought it was weird that they just didn't do that. Just make like a Home bundle for like maybe even like not even $20, but like $20 a year would have been like just the cost of both bank and Home normally. And then you just buy it through Home or like through the Nintendo Switch shop. It would have made more sense. Should be a low move for them to eliminate Bang without having every Pokemon on the Switch. Well, they're definitely going to add every Pokemon on the Switch. We're getting Furfrou in Legends ZA. There's a chance we get at least the monkeys. Outside of that, it'll just be like Patrat that'll need to be added. Also, I apologize, Gore Crazy. I never got to your message. For tips for space distortions, essentially just like wait, and then if it turns to like intense weather like thunderstorm, intense sunlight, or blizzard, then sleep in a tent. This is the same time I've gotten this Psyduck in that exact same spot earlier. I've gotten that Psyduck twice. I got this Carnivine twice. I did get a a Budu in the same spot twice, though. So Budu's like the only thing I need in this trek upwards. Oh, I also technically need Kricketot still. Have I not seen an Alpha Unknown yet? Thank you, Shiny Whale Mose. Yeah, true. They see the costs as good PR for the company. What, the costs to keep it running? Like, I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, poor costume Pikachu can't leave ORAS, and Spiky Ear Pichu can't leave Heart Gold Soul Silver. It would be cool if they did like a Gen 2 remake and included Spiky Ear Pichu, and you could put it in home. That'd be nice. I think we still have 7 or so that are not obtainable on the Switch. It is Furfrou, the Elemental Monkeys, and Patrat. Like, their evolution lines. That's all it is. And Furfrou's confirmed to be in Legends Arceus already, or Legends ZA already. Accidentally flew off the edge of the map in the ice area once and fell to your death while you when it recalled your bird. I've had some really weird, like, Braviary shenanigans. It'll, like, prompt you to hit A to use Braviary when you're in the air, but it, like, won't work half the time. It just won't do anything. You always gotta just hit plus. To keep bank of it would be good PR for the company. Oh, it is. It for sure is. It's already crazy that they, like, have had it open for as long as it's been. Like, it's been over a year when they just lose money off of it. But, they're not gonna keep it like that. It's not gonna stay like that forever. It just isn't. Same thing will happen with home someday. It's just what happens when you do online-only stuff. Like, they gotta, at some point, replace those servers with the new thing. Caught a shiny male Clamperl and the shiny Cubone in your bag evolved. Nice. Congrats on the Clamperl. When Black and White remake? Hopefully not for a while, because we need the Gen 2 remake first. I think it's silly that so many people think Black and White is the next remake. It's definitely going to be Gold and Silver remakes or Crystal remake. I just hope it's not Let's Go. Hoopa? Hoopa is available in Scarlet and Violet. You can't catch it, but it's in Scarlet and Violet. I changed the form of Hoopa in my Gen 6 Living Next video in Scarlet and Violet. Saying is on the Switch doesn't mean it's catchable on the Switch. Like, there's a difference between, like, transfer only and being obtainable in a game. Most mythicals are not just catchable. But Hoopa got added to the Switch once home compatibility came out for Scarlet and Violet. You got multiple shinies and a shelf of that Carnivine when you're doing this hunt plus Spiritomb. Dude, it's like I see so many alpha Ghastlies and Psyducks and Carnivines, but every time I get a shiny, it's not an alpha. Weird how sometimes it just takes them a while to spawn in. I think that's it. We need Gen 10 first. I'm sick of Paldea. I guarantee Gen 10's coming out next year, so. But we're getting Kalos next. So we're getting Legends ZA is confirmed to be like most likely the next game. There are rumors that there might be like another game that's coming out that just hasn't been announced yet, but who knows? Costume can't leave Go either, which is good. It'd be ridiculous if they could leave Go, because that would mean there'd be like an extra 200 costume Pokemon to get into home, which just wouldn't be reasonable. Those are all in the XY decks too, if you remember correctly. Is Patrat? Yeah, I think Patrat. Is Patrat? I don't remember if that's national dex. I know you can only catch Watchog. I don't need that. You can only catch Watchog, and you have to like breed for Patrat. I don't know if it's in the dex or not. I'm not super familiar with X and Y's decks. But I know the monkeys are. That's why I feel like we're more likely to get like the monkeys in Legends ZA and not Patrat. Gotta go. Good luck with the unknowns. Thank you for hanging out. First live stream you're catching. Easy content to unwind to with the shiny tier lists and Pokeball living decks. Thanks for the uploads. Hey, thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate it. The rumors are a remake, but yeah, that's for this year if it's released. Interesting. I do find it unlikely that we are getting a game before Legends ZA when it hasn't been announced yet. But I definitely think I think there's a solid chance we do get something announced that isn't Legends for like in June for like the E3 kind of time. I know E3 isn't like a thing anymore, but there's still a lot of like game announcements in like June. What's up, Jaden? Welcome in. Let's check this. I need one male Pachirisu shiny in this game. What's up, Lando? Welcome in. I'm going for all the alphas in Legends Arceus, so we're going for unknowns, but I'm just like checking outbreaks for stuff I don't have shiny in this game yet. Just because why not? It's just kind of fun to see like how many unique shinies we can get while we're doing this. I think I can just throw balls at these ones. Wow, I'm so bad at this. How did that miss? The targeting in this game, although is better than Scarlet and Violet, it's still pretty bad. The way it like randomly selects what Pokemon. Yo, SB Coop with the raid. What's going on? Welcome in everyone from the raid. How's it going, everyone?
This
My name
does
is
put a smile
Dominator.
on my face.
I do a lot of full odds shiny hunting, but now we're going for all the alphas in Legends Arceus. Jaden, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. We're going for all the alphas in Legends Arceus, and I'm also just like seeing what kind of shinies I get because I have like research perfect on everything and shiny charm. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going for the unknowns alpha because it's like one of the last things we need alpha. What's up, Joshua? Welcome in. Where's the alpha? It was the Budu. There was a Budu that was alpha near where I was at. Caught 10 Pokemon. Sorry, got a raid and run, but good luck on the alphas. Thank you for the raid. I do really appreciate it. Anyone that's in the Twitch chat right now, make sure you click SB Coop's name on the chat and give him a follow. Please be anything but Let's Go for a Johto remake. Yeah, I honestly would prefer like a BDSP style remake over a Let's Go. Like a faithful remake. I just need like a traditional Pokemon game. Are you going to see Let's Go Shiny Living Deck series? Yes, I will. I just haven't in a while because I've been doing this alpha thing, and when you do Let's Go, you're kind of locked into Let's Go until you like get the shinies you need. So it's like normally I would have done it earlier, but because I've been doing this, it's just like it's kind of got to be like one or the other. But we will definitely continue that. Meiji announcements very likely if there's a game at all. Yeah. In theory, Gen 5 remake should come after Gen 10. A Let's Go Johto is possible this year. I just don't want to see Let's Go. I feel like not only do I not want to see a Let's Go game, but I also think it's kind of unlikely. I feel like Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee are the only reason the way they are, like they're like that, is because they were going off of the success of Pokemon Go. And they did their job. They brought Pokemon Go players into main series, and I feel like they just don't have a reason to do it anymore. Also, those mechanics just like as fun as people had like shiny hunting in that game, I was a little indifferent just because I don't really like overworld shinies. I just think they're a little too easy. But as fun as people had shiny hunting in that game, the blend of Pokemon Go mechanics and main series battle mechanics was just not done well, in my opinion. I was playing through Let's Go Eevee rather recently, and there's no point of battling trainers. You get no experience from battling trainers in that game because they want you to do like catch combos. So you have to like stop everything you're doing and do just like catch combos just to like be able to beat the game. And it's just annoying. Like they just kind of clash with each other. It's like if they had done like full Go mechanics or full traditional mainline mechanics, I feel like they would have been way better and not like the mix between them. You'd be down for Let's Johto as long as they give you an alternative methods for catching Pokemon and they don't run away. I don't want to see another Let's Go game. I just don't. I don't care what they change with it. I just don't really want to see another one. I think it was fine as a one-time thing. As like a way to just like, I don't know, just get people in from Go into the mainline games. I don't need to see it anymore. Not that they're bad games. I still like them more than Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, I don't need to see it again. Have we not seen a single alpha unknown yet today? BDSP but without the bad movement, please. What do you mean by the bad movement? What's the bad movement in BDSP? If you're referring to the bike, I get it. The bike was kind of trash in BDSP. But other than that, the movement was fine. It was totally fine. That's like the least of my concerns with what BDSP had. Incredibly true statement. Let's Go is a product of its time. Yeah, I just can't see them doing like another Let's Go right now. And and part of it is probably just hope. I hope that they don't do another Let's Go. But yeah, it would be weird if they did Let's Go. What's up, Dan the man? Welcome in. Oh yeah, no, like if we need to take something from Let's Go, have it be the graphics. Let's Go is by far the best looking Pokemon game in the whole series. I don't like that chibi hybrid style of like the humans. The humans I thought looked weird, where they have like big bobbleheads, but they weren't like full chibi like BDSP. I personally, I prefer the non-chibi style. I feel like the chibi style worked in older games with like the limitations of the systems and like just how they can create that map. But now that we're in an era with like 3D models and fully fledged areas, I feel like, did I hear a shiny sparkle? It almost sounded like I heard a shiny sparkle, but it might have just been the flute. I think it was just the flute. It was weird because it kind of sounded like right away. But anyway, yeah, I wasn't like I would prefer non-chibi overall, but I think the BDSP chibi was better than the Let's Go chibi for the humans. But other than that, Let's Go, like the graphics and like the art style is just so much better than like any other game we've gotten. Need the following. Oh yeah, and the following. Let's Go did following Pokemon like perfectly. That's the other thing that they need to take from Let's Go. Is your character Cyrus, but with the shiny baneful fox mask? Yes. I mean, it's still Ray. It's just you can get like Cyrus's outfit in this game. So I just put it on because why not? Let's Go, easiest to see the shiny sparkles even if they don't have the sound. Yeah, like in terms of overworld shiny games, I think between Let's Go and Legends is probably the best. Like, I like Let's Go and Legends are nice that they're different, but I think overall out of the 3 overworld games we have, I think Let's Go probably did shinies the best. But again, I don't want overworld shiny games anymore. I think it makes sense if they're like Legends and then like the core main series games, like New Generations and stuff, it's like back to traditional. I think that would make the most sense, but as we've seen from Scarlet and Violet, they're trying to push that open world overworld crap and it's just not working. So hopefully they realize that it's not working. It's crazy how unlikely I get unknown outbreaks and then like they never have second waves. I guess I gotta check that Rhydon outbreak because I still technically need male Rhydon. Or Rhyperior, I guess. Or no, it's female. I need the female one, actually. The female one. I gotta feed my buddy in Pokemon Go, though. I have been neglecting it. I need it to stay excited, too, because I need to get Mega Energy for it. One person I knew who watched the Hisuian Snow didn't know Hisuian Zorua was shiny until you told him. I feel like even if I didn't see Hisuian Zorua, I would have been able to like figure it out because regular Zorua shiny's blue. But it definitely was like an interesting choice. Okay, you guys can see me, right? I'll just battle these guys while I feed my buddy. I got a gift. Shaking grass encounters or something similar in Scarlet and Violet would have been so well received. I would have had a lot more enjoyment if the shinies weren't overworld, because I definitely think, like, for anyone that came in from like SB Cube stream, I have like some hot takes when it comes to like shinies and stuff. So like, fair warning, it doesn't mean you're wrong with your opinions, but I just have to give that disclaimer. I think shinies kind of got ruined in Scarlet and Violet. They just, even full odds, they're just not rare because of how frequently they spawn in, and that you don't even have to encounter them to see them shiny. I understand there's issues with, like, you know, being visually impaired and whatnot. Like, it's not perfect for people that want easy shinies, but it is so effortless to find shinies in Scarlet and Violet compared to even games like Legends Arceus, where I still thought it was pretty effortless. So, yeah, I think if they had done traditional grass encounters in Scarlet and Violet, I would have had way more enjoyment with the game. Because one of my main things that keeps me coming back to Pokemon games is shiny hunting, and I just think shiny hunting was done so poorly in Scarlet and Violet. You're currently shiny hunting for Rowlet and Scarlet. Your previous hunt was shiny Snivy and Scarlet, and you got it 2 days ago and barely recognized it. Shiny Snivy? I mean, the lighting in Scarlet and Violet is atrocious. I will not acknowledge that, but Snivy's kind of a noticeable shiny. But I guess if you have trouble seeing like different shades of us, because it's just green and then like a different green, so. Wait, what if the shiny Pokemon are so rare in modern day because they were so easy to get that they hunted till they're almost extinct? I mean, they're easy to get in modern day though. Well, doesn't look like these are spawning anymore. Rowlet and Trico have incredible shinies. Trico's my favorite starter of all time, and Rowlet's probably my second favorite. And they also have incredible shinies. I cannot stand shiny Hisui and Decidueye, though. I cannot stand that trope of them making shiny regional variants the same as the non-shiny non-regional variant. I think it's so lazy and so boring looking. But the rest of the Rowlets are incredible. The entire Trico line is incredible. There has not been a miss in the Trico line at all for the shiny. All of their designs are amazing. All of the shiny colors on them are all amazing. Bring back link cable from Legends Arceus as a mainstay item. Yeah, if they remove the requirement of trading to evolve Pokemon, I don't think they will. I think the only reason it's in Legends Arceus is because it's a one game, like it's a single game. There's not like a second version. I think it might come back in Legends ZA, but I don't think it's gonna be a staple. What they do need to make a staple though is the ability to just like be able to evolve your Pokemon at any time if it's the right level, as opposed to having to like level it up again if you canceled it or whatnot. Link cable was only an item because it was meant to be a single player game. Yeah. Can't get half the decks because you have no friends to play Pokemon. You just have to buy more games then and systems. I know that's not like realistic, but that is kind of like the way to do it. Or just trade people on GTS. When I was a kid and I played like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, in order for me to register Gengar, I would just go on the GTS and ask for Haunters. That's what I did. You love Sceptile shiny, it's so good, yeah. In Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you're hunting for Rowlet and hatched it over 8,000 eggs and still didn't get shiny Rowlet. Oh, you hatched over 8,000 eggs and still get shiny Rowlet. Dang, was that full odds? There's no way that was like Masuda method, right? Farthest I've ever seen someone go Masuda method was like 3,000, which is still absurd. Pokemon Dash sequel. I've never played Pokemon Dash, but I've heard it's terrible. You have a super strong bias towards shiny male Oinkologne because it was a full odd shiny you found at the beginning of Violet. My first full odd shiny I found in Scarlet was Stunky, and then I found a female, or sorry, I found a male Oinkologne. I found 2 male Oinkolones full odds in Scarlet. I found a bunch of full odd shinies in Scarlet when I wasn't even like trying, because it's just how it is. Hate to be that guy, but that's just how it is. I personally like when shinies are rare and they're like exciting to find. I feel like they kind of took that away in Scarlet and Violet. So I have like, I mean, I haven't touched Scarlet and Violet in like months. The only time I touched Scarlet and Violet recently was to use Union Circle. Yo, MM Orcs, thank you for the sub. The Prime sub, thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. I swear I heard a shiny Sparkle, but I guess I didn't. I always imagine I hear shiny Sparkles in this game. It's kind of crazy. It was Masuda method with Charm and Ultra removed. I find that kind of hard to believe. Are you sure you had like a different book? Why are they coming over here? What is this? Why did the Honchkrow go all the way over there? Not that I like doubt you. It's just statistically nearly impossible to go that far for like a 1 in 512. 8,000. That's like over. Isn't that over 8 times the odds? I guess it is possible. No, wait. Hold on. Let me double check this. 8,000 divided by 512. That's over 15 times the odds. That's just not like realistic. I'm pretty sure I've only heard of someone going even like 10 times odds like one time. Like it's just so not like not that I like think you're lying to me. It's something I just cannot believe, you know? It was like that one person that said they went like 300,000 for a shiny. Like it's just, and they were like trying so hard and they were like getting mad at me that I wasn't believing them. And I was just like, dude, it doesn't matter what you're going to say. I'm not going to really believe that because it's just statistically nearly impossible. So jealous people found shinies during the main story. That's crazy that you didn't. The only time I didn't find shinies during the main story of Scarlet and Violet was when I wasn't looking for shinies. Like I would run by Pokemon and I wasn't even trying to pay attention to them. But like my first 2 playthroughs of Scarlet and Violet, my first playthrough I think I found like 5 or 6 random shinies, all full odds. My second playthrough I found 3 random full odds shinies. And for my Pokeball challenge, my Living Dex challenge, I have found 0 full odd shinies playing through like, I think, how many games have I played through? I played through Red and Blue doesn't really count because there's not really shinies in the game. But let's see, I played through Crystal once, I think. I didn't play through all of Gold and Silver. But then I played through Emerald 4 times. I played through Platinum and most of Pearl. I played through Black and White 4 times. I played through X and Y 4 times. Haven't found a single shiny. It just goes to show, like, and don't get me wrong, I know I'm getting unlucky. Like, I probably should have found at least a shiny by then. But, it just goes to show the difference. Where it's like, I could play through those games so many times and not find a shiny. Even 1 in 40/96 odds. And then, like, Scarlet and Violet, it's, like, weird if you don't find a shiny when you play through. Even if it's full odds. Currently at 305 checks for shiny Alpha Lopunny with the Charm and Perfect X entry. Dang, hopefully you get it soon. Oh, I didn't go check that Sliggoo outbreak. Well, it's fine. That theory doesn't track if the Pokemon Go being the first timeline game theory is true. What theory? Was that the theory about the... As like... Your way... we were talking about that a while ago. The theory where like shinies are becoming extinct. It also doesn't track at all because in the modern games, they're like... Shinies, you don't even have to do anything to find them. In older games, you have to like actually like hunt them down. All right, I'm gonna change the recording because I don't want a 30-minute recording if I find a shiny in this game. Duck. Big duck. See, I can find multiple of this guy shiny and multiple of the Psyduck shiny, but as soon as they're alpha, never. How have I not seen a single alpha unknown today? That is just crazy. I need to start getting more Pokeballs. Is this thing gonna chase me down? It is. Let's get out of here, man. Every time I'm trying to like do like this happened a lot when it was like I was trying to perfect the research of everything in this game. There's so many where it's like, catch this Pokemon without being spotted. And I'd be like sneaking around and then some random Pokemon from like a mile away would like come up and start attacking me. And then it would cause all of the Pokemon that I was trying to catch to like spot me. It was so obnoxious. Was that it? No, okay, it's just... Oh, how did you see me? Every Pokemon's got some sort of homing attack that is just hard to dodge. These things are only level 30. Why am I not just attacking them? Can run right in front of the Pokemon and they don't spot me, but see you when you're across the map. Yeah. What was an annoying one? You have to catch Goomy without getting spotted, and for some reason Goomy has like unusually good eyesight. Goomy will actually spot you from so far away. It is like ridiculous. What's up, JJ? Welcome in. Love how both incentivized perfecting dex entries for every Pokemon and made evolution manuals so you don't accidentally lose a rare Pokemon. Yeah. As much as I'm not like, I don't like overworld shinies. I think they're fine in like Legends, but I still will always like prefer traditional encounters. So like when Legends came out, I did one shiny hunt in Legends and then I like was like done with the game. Like I just, it doesn't keep me coming back. But what I will say, Legends has a lot that gives you that grind still. Like, you still have that grind. Oh, what did I just do? I just used up all my Tumblestone and Apricorns for those. Oh, well. I did not need to do that. Let's get some more Jet Balls. I should probably make Gigaton Balls. There we go. That's good. Oh, you know what? I should make Sticky Globs too if I can. 24 is not bad. But yeah, with like Legends Arceus, there's still stuff to like grind for. Like I'm going for all the alphas. There was grinding the decks perfect. There's still reasons to come back to Legends. I feel like Scarlet and Violet doesn't have any of that. Why not just buy the Pokeballs? Because not only can you not buy Jet Balls or Gigaton Balls, but they're more expensive, even if you could, than just buy the crafting materials. Still need a Devolution Spray in this game. I don't think they'll ever do that. Especially because you can just soft reset the game if you made a mistake. Appreciate that the resource management grind works with the lore of Legends. Yeah, crafting in Scarlet and Violet felt so forced. They like made Pokemon drop items when you like caught and KO'd them and use them to craft one-time use TMs. Like, not only was it just a chore, but it felt so forced. Like, I hate to be that guy, but like they did not need to go back to single-use TMs. What we had in Sword and Shield was perfect for TMs, where TMs were unlimited use, but there were TRs that were one-time use, and you can get them from like raids. But it just made it so that there were like twice as many TM moves than before, which I guess isn't a thing in Scarlet and Violet. There's like a bunch of TM moves anyway in Scarlet and Violet, but you know, just have TMs be permanent and have TRs be the one-time. JJ, thank you for the shiny luck. You love Legends for trade evolutions. Yeah, it's very convenient. You want a shiny hunt Alpha Starly because you have shiny Alpha Staravia and Staraptor. That's kind of crazy. Just hunting Raikou. Good luck on your alphas. Thank you, and good luck on your Raikou. What game are you hunting Raikou in? Patiently waiting for the Gen 7 Living Dex, only Pokeballs. Binge the whole series Sunday, and it's helped you actually play Red and Crystal Virtual Console that have basically just been sitting. Yeah, I'm almost gonna, like, I'm gonna stream the Gen 7 Living Dex. And I'm almost ready to do that. In, like, the next stream or two, I might be doing Gen 7 Living Dex. Oh, you're hunting in BDSP. Nice. Those are tough resets. Although, I actually recently timed the resets of all the Switch games. And believe it or not, BDSP was not the slowest. And I don't even think it was the second slowest. And that could have been, like, maybe, like, the area I was in or something. But, it was only, like, a 30-some second reset. When, like, I think, like, Legends... Scarlet and Violet was by far the slowest. Scarlet and Violet was, like, a 50-plus second reset. Wow, I just missed that. That's cool. Okay, whatever. We'll just go for you then. These things are so hard to hit when they're running away from you. And then, to no one's surprise, the fastest game to reset on the Switch is Sword and Shield. Like, by far. But I think Let's Go and Scarlet and Violet were, like, the two longest. Okay, that's all the ones we caught. Shiny Alpha Unknown would be crazy. Yeah, we haven't even seen an Alpha Unknown today, and I've been streaming for an hour and 34 minutes. And we've just literally been only doing runs. We'll, like, go to the occasional Outbreak, but we've just been, like, doing these runs. Sword and Shield has a 20-second load time, and the other Switch game takes about a minute. You never understood why. So BDSP, when I was doing shiny hunting in BDSP, like, for my DTQ, the resets for BDSP were, like, pretty much solid, like, 45 seconds. It was, like, 45-ish seconds if you were, like, on top of things. But when I recently timed it, it was, like, 30-some seconds, like, 35. Like, I don't know if they updated it or it's just, like, the place I was in didn't take as long to load. I don't know. When I timed it, it was faster than I remember it being. And then Scarlet and Violet is like a full minute for a reset. Let's Go is kind of similar. What's up, Fly Kites? Welcome in. You're almost done with your Gen 2 section of your living Origin decks, finally. Basically just trade evolutions left. When did you start? Are you doing it in generation order? Also, Fly Kites, I'm doing well. Trying to get Alpha Unknowns, but they are not showing up today. There's an Alpha Budu, though. Seen plenty of Alpha Psyducks, Budus, and Carnivines. Do you speak Spanish, or why do you have a Spanish Pokemon Emerald? I've explained this. Where do you get, like... First of all, I'm not even running Emerald right now. Was this from, like, a past stream or video? Because I feel like... I explain it a lot, but essentially, I don't speak Spanish. I've taken 2 classes of Spanish in high school that were required, so I know some Spanish words. But essentially, in order to unlock Mew and Deoxys events in Emerald, at the time, the only known way to do it without a cheating device and like in-game without any sort of external thing was only in the non-English European versions of Emerald. I believe you can now do it in Japanese and English, but at the time, the only known versions were non-English European. And I chose Spanish because I had taken classes in Spanish in high school, and Spanish is a pretty similar language to English. That even if I didn't know what things meant, I could still kind of figure them out in a way. So that's why I have Spanish Emeralds. It has nothing to do with like the cost or anything, and I don't speak Spanish. Finally got the shiny charm on your second switch in Sword. You were rewarded with a shiny Staryu after 124 encounters. Nice. Shiny Staryu is really cool. I need to hunt another one. I have a Starmie. I got a Staryu in Leaf Green. I evolved it, which I still think shiny Starmie is a better shiny. I think it got ruined in Home, which is so unfortunate. Shiny Starmie in Home and in BDSP, they made the gem purple instead of blue, which makes it nowhere near as cool. It's still cool, but it's just not the same. So hopefully they change that. I don't know if they will. But I have shiny Starmie. I need to get another Staryu. You may need to charge your DS again. I don't know about you guys, but my 3DSs, at least my main one, I feel like it doesn't last that long. Like it'll last like maybe a couple hours before it hits red light. I could just be stupid. It might last like 4+ hours and I just don't realize it. But I swear it takes like the same amount of time to charge it as it does to like die. Like it takes so long to charge. Like Game Boy Advances, they last like 4 hours on a charge, but they'll take like 1 hour to charge. But like the 3DS, I'll like plug it in and like I'll feel like half the day passes and it'll still be on it like charging. It's like what the heck? Oh, you watched the Gen 3 Pokeballs only? Oh, okay. I was like, because I understand when people ask it when I'm like hunting Mew and they're in Spanish. But yeah, it's just like out of nowhere, like, why are you Spanish Emerald? I'm like, I'm not. I'm playing Legends. This is your favorite Pokemon game, Legends? My favorite Pokemon game is Platinum. Legends is probably up there though. The only thing that holds me back is the overworld shiny thing, honestly. And the research level 10, raising your shiny odds, I can't stand. I think it's so lame that research level 10 raises your shiny odds. Like it's like they essentially force you to not do full odds hunting if you want to like play the game to the fullest, which I disagree with. I love Bronzor outbreaks. They're so good. Your last like 4 to 5 hours. Your 3DS. I mean, mine might. It just doesn't feel like it does. It probably lasts like a good couple hours, but I feel like I'll use it like once and then be like, I gotta charge it. When like my DS's, my regular DS Lites, I feel like I can get like 3 full sessions out of it before I like have to charge them. Yeah, Gen Order started about 6 months ago. Nice. Your NDS lasts about 3 hours. Probably need a new battery. I have a replacement battery. I was so annoyed with like the thing is, I was so annoyed with like how bad the battery was in the 3DS that I bought a second one like shortly after getting my 3DS. And then I didn't realize that like when you took the battery out, you have to like reset the clock and stuff. Bro, can we stop with these Bronzor outbreaks? This is obnoxious. You like Let's Go? Let's Go is okay. I think Let's Go is just okay, honestly. It's fine. Like there's enjoyment to be had in it. The only Pokemon game I like actually just full dislike is Scarlet and Violet. Like I feel like I can have enjoyment out of like every other Pokemon game. And it's not even like I don't have any enjoyment in Scarlet and Violet. Like when I was fine playing through it the first time, like I thought it was fun. Like not fun, but like I thought it was like in terms of the story it was decent. But like once you play through Scarlet and Violet, I like have like no enjoyment in that game. When like I can still like go back to Let's Go, and even though it's like I don't really agree with overworld shinies and stuff, it's still like a nice like change of pace. It's like something else to do. That's like something to like understand about like full odds hunters. Like we don't like think full odds is superior. Like, well, I think it is for my collection. And that's how it should be. Like, you can have your own opinions based on your own collections. Your guys' shinies to you are better than my shinies. My shinies to me are better than your shinies. It's because I found them. It's because you guys found them. It's based on a personal preference. I think full odds is more exciting and more fun to shiny hunt. And then, like, these new games, shiny hunting just feels like a totally different experience. It's like Rumble. You know, like, Pokemon Rumble's fun, and it's easy to find shinies in Rumble, but it's like a different experience, and that's kind of how I feel about it. I feel like Let's Go, Legends, and like Scarlet and Violet are all like they just don't feel like the same. They're like different. You're still shiny hunting, but it's just like, to me, it just feels like a totally different thing. Dude, I just need these things to be alpha, and they need to be the right letter. What is going on? Prefer Scarlet and Violet over Sword and Shield. Honestly, we like both. I think Sword and Shield is the best Switch mainline game. And I understand that's a hot take. But my enjoyment in Pokemon games has nothing to do with the story. I honestly couldn't care less if the story was incredible or terrible. Like, whenever I see people, like, gassing up Scarlet and Violet, it's usually because the story's better. And I will agree, the story in Scarlet and Violet is way better than Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield's story was stupid. But that doesn't affect me. What I'm affected by is, like, the actual gameplay, mechanics, and just overall, like, enjoyment of, like I have reasons to go back to the game. Scarlet and Violet doesn't have anything like that for me. Yours is all story, yeah. That's how most people that prefer Scarlet and Violet's all story, but once you beat the story in Scarlet and Violet, there's nothing to do in the game. Sword and Shield, there's always something you can be doing. And there's actually rarity in Sword and Shield. Like, if you shiny hunt and stuff, there's always something to go after. There's something that can always keep you coming back to Sword and Shield. Scarlet and Violet kind of removed all rarity for, like, everything. So it's like, nothing is, like, special or interesting anymore. At least from my perspective. You don't have to agree with that, but... Good night, Thor. Thank you for hanging out. Prime example I can give is Sword and Shield, like the whole like marks thing and like shinies and like Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield, you shiny hunt, and when you found a shiny, that was like what was crazy. If it also had a mark on top of it, that just made something that was already cool that much more special and cool. Scarlet and Violet, people will not even accept a shiny if it doesn't have a specific mark on it. Even uncommon marks on shinies in Sword and Shield were like super cool. Uncommon marks in Scarlet and Violet on shinies are just like stupid. Like no one cares about them, you know? And another like prime example I can give of like how they removed essentially all rarity in Scarlet and Violet, which I will always die on the hill. I think rarity is an extremely important thing in a collection game. So when they remove rarity, there's like no point to the game, in my opinion. And this isn't me just being I mean, I am salty about it, but this isn't me just being salty about it. This is like an actual valid like example that I'm gonna bring up. In Sword and Shield, there was the authentic Sinisty or antique Sinisty, whatever you want to call it. And there were a good few shiny hunters that wanted to get the shiny authentic Sinisty, like one of the rarest shinies ever. And some people got it. It was so crazy. I ended up getting the shiny authentic Sinisty, and mine had the rare mark on it, which was like the craziest thing I will probably ever experience in a Pokemon game. And even if, let's say I probably was. Let's say I was the only person in the world to have a shiny authentic Sinisty with a rare mark. That doesn't mean that if you didn't have a shiny authentic, or like if you didn't have a shiny authentic Sinisty with a rare mark, that doesn't mean yours wasn't cool. Sometimes people got other marks on their shiny authentic Sinisties. Sometimes people found rare marks on other shinies, and those shinies were like unique to them. But in a game like Scarlet and Violet, especially now with the Indigo Disc DLC, where there's like Mark Charm and you can like see if they're marked, even if you don't even have to encounter them to see if they're marked. Like, and with the fact that they completely destroyed the whole point of authentic Sinisty by making them just show up in outbreaks. Literally anyone can get shiny authentic Sinisty with a rare mark now. Having a shiny authentic Sinisty with a mark or a rare mark is not a unique thing anymore. And what I thought was cool about Sword and Shield is that even if people found shinies, even if someone like, let's say I wasn't the person to find the shiny authentic Sinisty with the rare mark and someone else did, like I would still think that was really cool. And if I found my own shiny authentic Sinisty, if it had a mark, it'd be like a different mark that other people probably wouldn't have on a shiny authentic Sinisty. But nowadays in Scarlet and Violet, you can just find an authentic Sinisty outbreak. You can make the odds 1 in 512. You can go run back and forth really fast until you find the shinies. You can have Mark Charm. You can have Tidal Power 3. Like, you can effectively get most of the marks on just shiny authentic Sinisties nowadays. And it's just like, and I understand it's coming from like a salty perspective because like they kind of took the coolest thing I've ever experienced in Pokemon and completely ruined it. But also like, just let's even take authentic Sinisty out of the equation. It was like anytime someone found like a special mark on a shiny in Sword and Shield, that Pokemon was pretty much unique to them. And it was cool seeing people get like unique marks on unique shinies. But now in Scarlet and Violet, you can just do that on like any shiny, like, and you don't even have to try that hard anymore. And I feel like the whole point of like shinies and marks has been just completely lost in Scarlet and Violet because there's no rarity in anything anymore. Like, nothing's unique, nothing's special. Like, it just sucks. And I hope they don't continue with that. An unknown outbreak. I hope they don't continue with that. And I think the biggest thing, well, for specifically authentic Sinisty, the biggest thing was them allowing authentic Sinisty to show up in outbreaks, like, as their own. It should have just been, like, Sinisty outbreak and there was a low chance an authentic could spawn in it. That would have made way more sense. But other, like, in terms of like other shinies and stuff, the main thing they can do to fix that is just go back to traditional encounters. The overworld encounters just on their own remove so much rarity of like shinies and whatnot. But then they needed, I thought it was a bit ridiculous. I believe they were never going to add the Mark Charm in Scarlet and Violet, and then they did, and I thought it was ridiculous, because my reasoning behind them adding the Mark, like, I was like, they're probably not going to add the Mark Charm, because there's going to, like, marks are just going to be so freaking easy if they do. And then they did, and it's like, so now you got Tidal Power 3 and Mark Charm. Like, an uncommon mark is like a 1 in 8 chance. And you can also find 8 shinies, like, really fast in Scarlet and Violet. So it's like, there's just nothing special about that stuff anymore. And I hope they just don't continue that path, you know? +1, there is almost no excitement for Overworld Shinies unless they are Alphas in Legends Arceus. I think there's excitement for Overworld Shinies in Legends Arceus if you keep them full odds. My main issue with Legends Arceus is that, again, Research level 10 raises your shiny rate, and it's really hard to avoid that. You have to really go out of your way to keep things full odds in Legends Arceus, which I think is ridiculous. For example, when you caught a shiny Feebas in Sword, you really screamed. Yeah. See, I think the opposite. Sword and Shield feel dead for you after the story. Flying around feels fun. Yeah, but like flying around, like I feel like at that point you just play a different game. Like the point of Pokemon is like getting the Pokemon, catching the Pokemon, finding Pokemon and stuff like that, you know? Like if you just find the enjoyment from flying around, then just there's other games to play where you can fly around in an open world that are done better. Like at that point. Sword and Shield, it's like all about the Pokemon, and like there's still things to get excited for and come back to because there's actually rarity in it. Your pristine is insane. It is insane, but at the same time, it's like, don't get me wrong, mine is still says it's from Galar. So even though, like, even if I send it into Scarlet and Violet, like, you know mine is from Sword and Shield because it'll tell you it's from Sword and Shield, which is still cool in that regard. But, like, I could just go into Scarlet and Violet right now, roll for Authentic Sinisty Outbreak. It might take, like, I don't know. I know they're not, like, common outbreaks, but, like, let's say it takes, like, an hour to find an Authentic Sinisty Outbreak. I could find that Authentic Sinisty Outbreak, and then it'll take me literally 5 minutes to find a shiny Authentic, and there's a very high chance it has a mark on it. It just isn't the same. Not even close to the same. Are you winning? No, I'm not. I haven't found a single Alpha Unknown, let alone one I need. You're not looking forward to hunting 3 shiny Burmy and Wormadam in Legends? Because I feel like you could totally do that in like BDSP or the originals or whatnot. Legends, yeah, it'd be tough. You like how in Sword and Shield there are overworld and grass encounters? Thing is, overworld encounters are fine, just don't have them show up shiny in the overworld. Like, do what they did in Sword and Shield. And I know there's actually a lot of people that are like, yeah, I love, like, there's a lot of people, we've had a lot of conversations on Twitch about this. A lot of people are like, I prefer overworld encounters, but they also will say, yeah, I think it was fine that they didn't show up shiny in the overworld in Sword and Shield. And it's like, yeah, like, if they did that, I'd be totally happy. I feel like the shinies not showing up in the overworld, but still having overworld spawns, I think is still fine, because then you still have to encounter the Pokemon. That alone makes the shinies so much more rare, as opposed to just seeing them off in the distance and then just like re-rolling Pokemon over and over again by running back and forth. Just to have like thousands of Pokemon spawn at once and then not have to encounter them to see if they're shiny. You're just having these same thoughts regarding Sinisty. You're glad you have a Glimwood Tangle one, but man, does it suck, yeah. Yeah, like mine says it's from Galar, which is cool, but it's not like you can't just catch an authentic shiny Sinisty with a rare mark from Scarlet and Violet and then send it into Sword and Shield and then be like, oh look, it's from Sword and Shield. You know? You never cared about marks or really shinies? Then, like, let me ask you this, because I understand that just makes you seem like I understand there's like most people play Pokemon games just to play through them, and I get that. But at the same time, as someone who's played like every single Pokemon game, I definitely don't think Pokemon games are worth the $60 price tag if your intention is to only just play through them. So, like, what do you do in Scarlet and Violet outside of, like, once you beat the game, outside of like shiny hunting and stuff? Or like, because you say you don't care about shiny, so I'm guessing you're not shiny hunting. And you don't care about marks, so you're not like mark hunting. So like, what are you doing in Scarlet and Violet after you've beaten the game? Because outside of shiny hunting, it's really just competitive, and it's hard for people to get into competitive because there's so much you have to like know and memorize. And people still hack shinies for some reason. Yeah, dude, it's wild how many people are like, why don't you just RNG abuse the shinies, or why don't you just hack them in? And it's like, dude, just play freaking Scarlet and Violet. You'll get shinies every 5 minutes in that game. No reason to. That's why you're doing your living decks home thing for Pokemon for each Pokemon comes from its original home. Wait, you're doing it for like... Oh, okay. You're doing it the same way I am, right? Yeah, that's a fun thing to do. But again, that still kind of proves my point that Scarlet and Violet doesn't really have much to offer once you beat the game. It's like I completed the dex in like a couple days, so like that's like whatever. Like once you're done like with like the main story of Scarlet and Violet, it's really just competitive or shiny hunting, and I think shiny hunting sucks in it. So it's like it's just either I get good at competitive or there's no reason for me to keep playing that game, and I think that's an issue. Because you don't have shiny charm, you still do not have your shiny basculin, and it's still obnoxious. Is this in Legends or Scarlet and Violet? Is this the white stripe one? You like the raid events, but that was in Sword and Shield too. And the raid events in Sword and Shield had special ones that were boosted shiny rates too, that people could like enjoy in that way. They didn't do that in Scarlet and Violet. They gave us a limited time shiny lock removal for Gimme Ghoul. That was full odds. Good luck, trainers. Gosh, it's like everything they did with like Scarlet and Violet, I would just like be like, what were they thinking, man? Like they did that Gimme Ghoul, which don't get me wrong, it's great that they have at least an event where Gimme Ghoul is unlocked, but it's just, I feel like they should have just had Gimme Ghoul not locked to begin with. Gimme Ghoul just should never have been shiny locked. And then, yeah. And if they wanted to do an event for Gimme Ghoul, it should have been boosted odds. And then it's like, yeah, they do they add the mark charm, they add this thing that makes it so you can tell if the Pokemon's marked before encountering them. It's just like, what are they thinking? It's like they're doing everything they can to just take every sense of grind out of this game to like make it so that you just get everything immediately and there's no point to keep playing it. I feel like they're doing a good job. I feel like a lot of people have abandoned Scarlet and Violet now. Like there were people filling out full shiny dexes in Scarlet and Violet within a month of the game coming out, which I think is an issue. You want to hunt Sinistea and Galar, but you have too many hunts going on. I want to do the Curry Sinistea. That one's still like always going to be a rare one because there's no Curry in Scarlet and Violet, so it has to be Sword and Shield. The Curry hunting is very difficult. Multi-battles using surprise trade Pokemon are so fun. But yeah, but if you're not into like battling, like there's nothing to do in Scarlet and Violet. That Gimme Ghoul events with some cheeks. Yeah, like think of the events they did in Sword and Shield. Like I like full odds hunting, but it's like it's still cool when they like, hey, look at this. You can for a limited time have an easier chance getting the shiny in raids only. Like that makes sense to do. Nowadays, it's just like, oh, this raid event, this Pokemon has the mightiest mark and is shiny locked. Cool. Like, cool. Glad there were people that found the Gimme Ghoul and shared it with others because you were not spending 1,000 hours looking for a legit one. If there's never an easier way to full odds hunt Gimme Ghoul, I will do that event. I still have it on one of my save files, so. Shiny locking Gimme Ghoul was as dumb as shiny locking that Corvus Squire in Sword and Shield. It might have been more dumb, honestly. The Corvus Squire in Sword and Shield almost felt like an oversight. They just like accidentally locked it and didn't realize it. Gimme Ghoul, it's like there was no reason to shiny lock this thing. And then they do an event where it's unlocked, and it's like that's why you shiny locked it, to do this unrealistic event to hunt it for. Like at that point, just distribute like a Gimme Ghoul shiny to everyone. Like that'd be better. And I'm already against that. The thing where you can be the Pokemon is fun to play around with too. Yeah, that's a cool thing. I never used it, but it's a cool thing. But like, that's not like anything important, you know? Like you can just like, but don't get me wrong. I think that's a cool feature. It's a cool feature, but it's a cool thing to just kind of mess around with. Like, it's not like it doesn't make the game for me, you know? You never completed your Curry Dex in Sword and Shield. I don't even know how to complete the Curry Dex, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea how that works. I have like 2 Curries registered. I don't care to like go through any of them. And you can only do casual battles, but you don't know anything about competitive. And Shiny Gimme Ghoul is not even good. Shiny Golden Go looks better in home than it does in Scarlet and Violet, but it's still not a good shiny, and Gimme Ghoul sucks too. But it's like, that's the thing. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Shinies are cool not because they change color. I know. It's gonna be a tough pill to swallow for some people. But shinies are cool because they're rare, not because they change color. Why do you think I shiny hunted Partner Cat Pikachu that literally doesn't even have a shiny model coded for it and just looks like a normal Pikachu? Why do people shiny hunt Pokemon like Cerulege or like Igglybuff? Pokemon that don't change like at all shiny colors. It's because they're rare. So when people tell me like, oh, the event sucked because Gimme Ghoul shiny sucks, it's like, that's kind of an invalid argument. Like, the color of shiny Gimme Ghoul is completely irrelevant to what we're talking about, because they could have done like an incredible shiny in that event and it still would have sucked because of just the way they handled that event. If they had done Koraidon raids for 5 days or whatever it was, where it had a 1 in 40/96 chance to be shiny from tier 5 only, that event still would have sucked. But Koraidon's a cool shiny, you know? Gimme Ghoul's shiny being bad is completely irrelevant to like the point I'm making about that event. There's version exclusive Curry. Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea how that works. I just know that there's a good way to get like a good chance at Curry encounters efficiently. One thing is, hey, you can't have Pokemon Go exclusive mons. You can't have the same OT as your game student said it as Josh when you started. Wait, really? You're referring to your home account though, right? Because Pokemon Go, when you send in Pokemon Go into home, it sets it as your home's OT, not what it was in Go. So, like I logged into my friend's account who had a Halucha that they got from a trade, and I sent that from their account into my home, and the Halucha says I'm the OT. So, shinies are not rare anymore, so the color is all they have. Yeah, and it's sad how like that's a reality. Like that's why I have an issue with how shinies are in Scarlet and Violet. I think it's completely backwards how they do all that crap. That's why I don't like it. And it's like, the color's all they have. 90% of the shinies in Scarlet and Violet are terrible shinies anyway. So it's like they're trying to get people to stop wanting to shiny hunt. It's really weird. Like, it's like every decision they made in Scarlet and Violet was like, what were they thinking? So your home account isn't your OT? Is there no way to change that? You might have to like make a new home account on like a different profile at that point. Bad shiny from an old game is cooler than a good shiny from Scarlet and Violet, I fear. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna have me disagree with that. I've said it a few times now, but I genuinely believe that Scarlet and Violet ruined shinies for me. Even full odds, like there's just nothing special about them anymore. Okay, this will be my last run. I'm going to go check the Murkrow outbreak though. Can't believe I didn't get a single alpha unknown in this entire whole time I did this. That is absurd. Found an alpha Cranidos. Nice surprise from Distortion. I need that one still. I have Alpha Shieldon and Bastiodon. I need both Cranidos and Rampardos shiny, or not shiny, alpha. I need like everything from Distortion shiny if I want to go for all those. I really have not much to fight these guys with, don't I? Like, I mean, these moves are weak, and then the other move doesn't affect them at all. At least I can still one-shot them. I just never know with this game, because it's like wild Pokemon have, like, ridiculously heightened stats for no reason. Where, like, a level 100 Darkrai should be, like, one-shotting anything that's, like, even level 50. But, like, if I go up against, like, a level 40 in this game, it, like, won't one-shot it. It's so weird. Just got a shiny Litten with an adamant nature and the destiny mark for your birthday today using this at NAIC. Nice. Congrats. So how to make your legend shiny living decks have gender differences included so you can have 4 shiny Johto Sneasel. Oh, so you have to have 4 Johto shiny Sneasel. I can see myself trying to register every shiny in Legends, but I'm not gonna get every shiny from, like, specifically Legends. Like, I just don't think I can bring myself to do distortions for shiny distortion exclusives, you know? Like, that's just too much. Especially because, like, all the legendaries you have to register from other games anyway. Except for Enamorus, you just can't get that shiny at all. Like, see, I know I have lowered offensive stats right now, but, like, that, a level 100 max EV Darkrai should not be, like, not KOing a Murkrow that's level 29, you know? Who am I getting targeted by? No one. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Alright, but I am probably gonna end it here. So, let me get out of here. Teach it Ice Beam. I guess I could, but I like Dark Void. Dark Void's great for, like, catching stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. That's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and I will see you next time.